Hello, now we're live.
Good morning.
Good night.
Oh yeah, it's good morning to me and good night to
Good
you, to everyone.
morning.
Later on.
Yeah, so let's check. Let's wait for them.
Okay.
Yeah, because our video is it's kind of delay.
You have a new camera, MC?
No, it's still my computer.
Okay. So your camera is facing your side view.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll change it.
I thought it's a different camera. It's like in a studio wherein you have several cameras to
Yeah.
capture every moment and every action.
I think you have a good camera. Is that like a
You
computer?
yeah, just laptop camera.
Oh, I think we
I
have
have a, I
four.
have a clock.
Yeah, they're coming. Hey guys, welcome. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. It's still okay to say Happy New Year. It's just one digit of the first month of the year.
I know.
When it comes to 10th, it's too late to say Happy New Year, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I just say Happy New Year.
How
Every
was
day
your holiday?
one.
Did you go on holiday or not at
I was
all?
on holiday for 2 weeks. Yeah.
That's good.
Hey guys, maybe type in and say hi.
It's still I don't know what time are they because we have few. I realized that we have few viewers coming around different regions of the world, like
Yes,
Africa, Southeast Asia,
I was
not
thinking
just in Canada.
the time slot. What do you think, Miss Maricel? I will have a poll for that. Like, I will ask them, like, what's the best time
Best
slot?
time slot.
Yeah. Was thinking to make it like 7 p.m. in the Middle East so
Mhm.
that I'm not sure. So
It's
that
7 a.m. your time.
I'm okay. I wake up at 6:30.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
I'm a morning person. Hey guys, type in where you're from. I actually changed my email broadcast. So hopefully,
Uh-huh.
let me check my YouTube.
It's going to be a very interesting topic today. Are they aware?
Yes, I told them about operators, the media program.
Mm.
So I'm not sure. No one is saying hi, hello. But this topic is really, special, like
Special.
customized. Hello, Millie Corder. Happy New Year from Pasig.
Thank you. You have actually validated that the comments are working. The comment section are
You
working.
just type
Thank you
in
so
that
much, Millie.
you can hear us.
Yeah. Is it cold in Victoria?
Compare it with Nova Scotia. I think
I've
it's
never been to Nova Scotia.
yeah, like right now, probably snowing.
Um,
Yeah. So let's just wait for a bit. And
so a lot of people have been actually looking into this. They didn't know that it actually exists. But later on, I'll let like a layman's term,
yes, yes.
not to confuse them at all. Not
Oh,
to.
Vincent. I remember Vincent. I was talking to Vincent. I mentioned it to you, Miss Maricel. Vincent is um looking into this program.
Okay.
Now Vincent
You
is
can
not
ask the
sure,
question.
has some question about it, because it's into entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, Petro from South Africa. And that's a really
Juanico. How do you actually, Petro? How do you actually pronounce your Swain Poe?
Rainbow.
Swain Poe. Nice.
Rapid D from Manila. Actually, guys, this video would be posted publicly after 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure, Miss Maricel. I recently posted the video that we had about proof of funds, and actually, I think it gained a lot of views because of the topic. It's so common and it's so important, and it's common, right? They
Yeah,
always
you
have.
think it's simple, but it's very complicated.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone thinks, oh, proof of funds, yes, just the
Yeah.
proof and the funds, but it goes a long way.
There's hi Ahmed. Hi Arlene from Ontario. Wow, we have from Ontario.
It's 12 midnight, I guess, right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ahmed
Yes,
is
it
from
is.
Egypt.
Oh, it's hard to find the chat box. According to Millie Cordero, it's hard to find the chat box. That's why they're having a hard time to chat with us.
We don't know where to like. Where I understand. I understand. So Ahmed, oh thank you Ahmed for watching me in YouTube. So yeah, I love this topic because it's entrepreneurship.
Yes, a
Mm-hmm.
lot
And I
of
want to share
young
this to
entrepreneurs
it's I
should
want
be
to share this
qualified.
with other people that they would think that they don't have other ways to immigrate or to
Mhm.
settle here, and especially if you don't really want to study and you just want to open up your business and go through this pathway, right?
That's very true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At my age, I mean, for some people who are like my age, probably don't want to study, and I'm just forced to study.
Or
Unless, of
forced by
course,
your partner to study because let's go move to
that's the only
Canada.
way. Yeah. And the
Yeah,
thing is, unless, of course, you are forever learner, because a lot of people just want to study. No
yeah,
practical thing. They just want to study and study, but no
yeah.
job.
Yeah, and actually, I read about this program, and not it's not actually just for entrepreneurs. If you have that managerial position, you can actually apply for this.
That's true.
You cannot find it's true, Miss Marisa, when you told me that you
That's
cannot
true.
find this program on CIC website.
No.
I can't find it. You have to read through it like where the hell is the owner operatives? And then when I read between the line, oh, I think this one. It says
Yes,
if you want to build your
it's not very common, and it's
yeah,
not like part of the categories or part of the pathways.
that's true. That's
They're
true.
mentioning all that. Unlike self-employed, let's say for example, when you talk about self-employed, you know that self-employed is another category. So it's you
Yeah,
like yourself.
yeah,
But this one is different
yeah. You know
because
what?
this is a work permit.
Yes. And you know
It's
what,
not
Miss Maricel?
immigration.
Yeah, you know what, Miss Maricel? When I talk to these students, to these aspiring immigrants, sometimes I just feel bad when they talk to other agency or immigration consultant. They don't give them all the cards. These are your options, not
Yes.
just study here, especially if you have to assess their interest. To are they
That's right.
interested to study? And thank God you mentioned this to me.
It is. That's why I'm always telling people do a consultation because it will open
Mm,
up a lot of avenues. I mean, you may think that, oh, it's expensive. I don't want to waste my time. I know everything. But the
yes.
thing is, you may not know everything. I may not know everything.
Mm-mm.
But the thing is, at least we can brainstorm each other,
Yeah,
talk
that's
to each
true.
other, disclose. For me, because I'm very important, full disclosure, who are
Mm-mm.
you, what are you, so at least I can give you the best possible pathway for you.
And then what I learned about this program is that you need to have a good business plan. It's not like you just want to open a business in Canada. You need to have a plan. Yeah,
You
that's
need
it.
to have a plan. You need to have a lot of things. I don't
Mm.
know. Are we? Are we
I
starting
think
right
we're
now?
starting now. Okay, before we start, again, guys, welcome to my channel. And
Yeah.
Miss Maricel is at. Do you want to introduce yourself, Miss Maricel?
Okay, thank you so much, MC. I'm Maricel Agustines. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I am from Vancouver, BC. I'm now in Dubai currently. Hopefully, I will be able to travel to Canada soon. But yes, I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. You can call, sorry, not call, you can send me an email. Call is quite expensive for some, right? So might
Yeah,
as well send an email if you have any questions, personal questions. I
le-
think MC will be talking to you about that.
yeah. So I have the contact details of Miss Maricel. So if again in this session we're only going to accept general questions about the topic, or if you have other questions about immigration, it's not this, the Q&A later on would be like open, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we will have a discussion for about 15 to 20 minutes about the owner operator LMIA program, and then we will open the Q&A and for 40 minutes.
I read, I can actually see questions right now. But
Okay,
yes,
so hold on. Keep your question later. We'll run through that, and then this webinar is actually bi-weekly. So it's Friday, every Friday, bi-weekly Friday at 9 p.m. But we're thinking maybe we can. I will run a survey, like the best spot where people can actually join us. So, but actually, this is bi-weekly. Okay, guys. So I send out email where you can have the link because I want this to be a private group, not a public. I put out a public video after 2 weeks. But if you want to be in this Q&A and can actually talk to us, you have to subscribe to my channel, and then you have to. I'll put the link in my video description box later. So let's start, Miss Maricel. What
okay.
what
What is?
is owner operator? Am I correct with my spelling?
Yeah, that's true. That's correct. That's okay. So, first of all, it's a federal program.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
it's a federal program, yes. It goes through not just immigration body or organization in federal government, but it also goes to Service Canada.
Mm-mm.
So there are actually different types of business streams in Canada, and this is one. It's also a federal program wherein a person or an applicant will come to Canada on a working permit. And once the work permit has been approved, he can come to Canada and start, well, operating the business itself. That's why I call it owner operator. So we want to segmentize right now what is basically the requirements and what is the pathway for owner operator LMIA. So you better be you better be focused on, because it could be very confusing. That's why I'm try my very best
Yeah.
to do a layman's term on this. Because what happens is people would think that it's a provincial nominee,
Mm-hmm.
like when you invest.
Mm-mm.
We will look at first on the requirements. First of all, what are the requirements? What are the funds? For owner operator LMIA, you are actually eligible if you own a business or you are in a senior managerial position. So if you are in a senior managerial position and you were able to, let's say, for example, put up your own business or buy existing business in Canada, because you can do that, then you may be eligible for this. Apply to operate that business. Let's say, for example, we want to operate a web design company,
Mm-hmm.
or you want to operate a cleaning company, or a salon, or something that a restaurant itself, a cafe.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are into that type of business, let's say you're coming from food and beverage industry in hospitality, You may want to either buy a business or put up your own business in Canada and become an owner and at the same time an operator inside Canada. Now the question is, how will you become a permanent resident? So the the other side of the coin for owner operator is if you apply for the owner operator and you have already the approved LMIA, they call it a labor market impact assessment,
Mhm.
already approved with that, then you can use the points to your express entry.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when you use the points for express entry, of course, either you get 50 points or you get 200 points.
Yeah.
It depends. So if you are, let's say, for example, I'm applying on an express entry and my score is about 430 or 420
Mhm.
CRS points, and I only need 50 points in order for me to qualify for the next round of PR application or in order for me to receive invitation to apply. So once I apply, I come to Canada, buy the business. Once I bought the business, I apply for LMIA. When the LMIA is approved, then I'll use that particular job offer that I have offered myself, 50 points or 200 points, and I will apply that to express entry. That will give me 50 points, which will increase my CRS to 470. That I know after a week I can use for, I will be invited for PR application. So
Mhm.
that's how it goes. I mean, I did it in a way that like as if it's quite easy to listen to, but it's a tedious job because it's a
Mhm.
tedious job not just for me because this type of application consists of business planners, consists of real estate agents, accountants, of course, definitely Service Canada and the Immigration of Canada in order for you to apply for a work permit, and of course the Express Entry, which is Immigration Canada. So it's not as straightforward as it could be, but it's very doable, uh, especially for people who are very keen to do this. Now, I'm very straightforward to a lot of clients saying, because once I assess their application, and I would see that there will be no pathway for them because
Yep.
some are overage, let's say for example.
Mm-mm.
Some are doesn't even probably be able to meet the language requirements at all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So what happens is you're coming to Canada on a work permit. You're coming to Canada on a work permit along with your family members.
Mm-mm.
So your family members, your spouse definitely will still have an open work permit and your children will have a study permit.
Mm-mm.
So all of you are in Canada, you own a business, but you are not on a permanent residence visa.
Mm-mm.
So what will be the scenario for this, let's say, this type of situation? Very straightforwardly, I would say there's no pathway for you anymore, even if you own and operate a business in Canada. However, if your children will be coming to Canada on a study permit,
Mm-mm.
they will be eligible to sponsor you in the next few years when they
Mm-hmm.
become PR.
Mm-hmm.
So, will I accept it as a client? Will you accept it, MC, as a client? Of course. At some point, I said, yeah, because I'm coming to Canada to have a business. I'm earning,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time, I'm in Canada. So, I mean, when you're in Canada, even if you're temporary or permanent residents, I mean, you are bound by the security, the benefits, not so much the benefits,
Hungarian law,
by
Miss
the law.
Maricel. Yeah.
So, and you can do business in every corner of Canada as well. So, if you happen to have, um, let's say, for example, what we're talking about, like a salon or a restaurant, and you suddenly realize that, oh, this restaurant, I can put it up as a chain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, there's no limit for the work permit that you can apply,
Mm-hmm.
but there will be probably no PR pathway for you, or your children can sponsor you at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of things that could happen when the entire family will be coming into Canada in different or in a temporary visa. as well,
Mhm.
right? So you know the possibility you have been to Canada as a temporary visa holder. You know the possibility of how were you able to attain for PR pathway. But
Mhm.
for business people, business-minded people, if you look into the benefits versus the risk of looking into this type of application or pathway, I leave it to them. I am
Mm.
not deciding in their behalf. I'm just giving them, I'm just laying all the cards, just like what you said.
Yeah, yeah. You just need to be
Straightforward.
transparent. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just have to be straightforward because at the end of the day, if you apply for them and all of a sudden they don't have any pathway, they come back to you, right? So yeah, I think that's in a jiffy. That is owner operator LMIA. Very serious. Very.
Yeah,
Our
I was like,
listeners are quite serious because this is serious. You know why?
mhm.
Owner operator does not require a minimum amount of investment. However,
Yeah, yeah. Compare
that
with other business immigration pathways.
yes, I
Yeah.
think right now, I think the provincial nominee business program that I come across, the very minimum amount as a investment amount is 150,000 Canadian dollars.
Mhm, mhm.
But the thing is, on top of that, you have to have net.
Network.
So it's not just like you investing in Canada. You also have to prove that you are worth 600,000 Canadian dollars, right?
That's true.
So when you look into it, there's a lot of financial responsibilities or financial commitments when you look into provincial.
Mm,
However, in the owner operator, it's you can first of all settle anywhere in Canada or put up your business anywhere or buy your business anywhere in Canada.
mm,
At the same time, you have no definite net worth required. There you have no definite investment amount. It's really up to you how are you going to grow the business. That depends on the business plan and all.
mhm,
But you have to add value to the economic advantages of Canada because they always look into that, and that's the only reason why they are approving your LMIA application.
mhm,
If
mhm,
not, if you're just going to use it like a pathway, they would know. The Service Canada people would know exactly uh, what you're looking for because it's a dual intent. They know exactly what is it because after you receive the job offer or your the LMIA has been approved, automatically you're eligible to qualify for 50 points or 200 points for express entry.
yeah, you'll definitely get in,
Yeah.
right? And Miss Maricel, how about the timeline when I apply for my the work permit, basically, right? How long does it like in your past experience? How long does it take?
For the LMIA, that took some time. LMIA first. You first apply for the LMIA.
Hmm.
And once the LMI, if it's a positive decision for the LMIA, then you go forward for the work permit. So LMIA depends on the process itself.
Mm.
Sometimes it will be 6 weeks. Sometimes it will
Oh,
be, yeah, it's just, it's not that,
that's not long.
and when you apply, and then after the LMIA approval, you have to apply for a work permit. If you are, let's say, for example, outside Canada, it's a different processing time depending on the country where you are. If
Mhm.
you are inside Canada, I think right now it's about 104 days or 100, more than 100 days
Mhm.
if you are in
Mhm.
Canada for the work permit. Now, I'm saying if you are in Canada and you're in a work permit, the thing is, if you are on a visitor's visa, let's say, for
Mhm.
example, and you come to Canada, you buy the business, you do the transactions, blah, 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 and all of a sudden your LMIA has been approved while processing all of this stuff, then you can apply inside Canada
Mhm.
for a work
Mhm.
permit. So you don't have to go out of the country to wait for your work permit. You can stay in Canada as a visitor along with your family members. So
Mhm.
those are just that's the processing time. So LMIA takes about 6 weeks or probably 2 3 months,
Yeah.
but the work permit depends on um, the the country where you're coming from. So if you're going to ask me in less than a year, you can come to Canada, own and operate your own business.
Yeah. So also you're not just preparing for your LMIA or work permit. You also have to prepare for your business plan, which is so important when it comes to business. Again, the one of the advantages of this is business still has the risk, right?
Yeah.
You're not
It's
going to have that stable income every month. So you have to make sure that your business plan is going to work here in Canada. It's not going to be the same market where, like, from the country where you're from.
Yes, definitely. I mean, a lot of people like even big chains like McDonald's or Hardee's. Even McDonald's, if you go to McDonald's, Japan, they have different type of burger in Japan, right? So you have to, if you have that business acumen, not just checking the accounting and all of those stuff. If you really have that business
Mhm.
idea and business acumen within you, I
Mhm.
think it's not hard to look past through
Mhm.
the, let's say, PR pathway
Mhm.
or disadvantages such as, let's say, I'm too old or blah 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 blah, something like that. But when you look at your children and the future of your children, again, we go back to that same basic knowledge. Why are we doing this? Why
Yeah.
can't we just, why can't, because a lot of clients here, especially in the UAE, they have engineering, they have people from engineering field, but
Mhm.
they are not engineers.
Mm. Mhm.
So, but they're managing engineers
Yeah.
or um, draftsman or whatever, construction. They are
Yeah.
not, they're not very technical, but they manage people, they manage the business itself. So those type of people may be able to get this or operate the same business in Canada,
Mhm.
especially if you're going to be part or you're going to be buying a development company.
Mhm. Mhm.
You will be surprised, MC. Like I think at one point in Alberta, um, what they're selling is a plot, like land,
Mm.
acres of land.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you are a developer and you're looking into, oh, I'm going to develop this as, next Victoria Harbor
Yeah. Yeah.
in, let's say, Nova Scotia,
Mhm.
or a theme park, something like that. So this type of business idea will add on, first of all, to their application as PR, and at the same time, will add on to the economic contributions to Canada.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a it's very broad discussion about this. That's why when I'm doing a consultation, it's not an hour, it's 2 hours, and it's ongoing.
Yeah, because you have to check all. You just don't just like make a decision like in
No.
20 minutes. Right? I can't do that. And also one of I just like I had a landlord before. I think one of the advantages of having a business in Canada, you can bring your like extended family, right? And that's what happened to the landlord that I was living with before. So I lived there, and then he's still operating a salon.
Mm-hmm.
Then now I left the apartment, and now he already brought his brother, sister. They're actually here, whole family. And again, like in PR, there's no way for you to sponsor your brother or your sister. So this is a good idea to bring your whole family, bunch
Family.
of your family.
Yeah, especially if your family have different talents. One is a cook, the
Mhm.
other one is a manager. So another one is an accountant. So you can bring them to Canada. But of course, in owner operator itself, you also have an obligation to hire
Mhm.
Canadian. Not so many. It could be like I think one or two Canadians, as far as I
Mhm.
remember, or PR residents. But again, when you pass that, you can hire
Fire.
temporary foreign
Yeah.
workers, depending if you're eligible 2 years after your
Yeah.
business is already flying in Canada. So anything is possible, and like what I said, the blessing can be extended to your other family members.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, I think you pretty much explain it in 20 minutes, Miss Maricel. But now we're going to take the Q&A. Right?
Yes.
Guys, take all the questions now. and we will answer it.
Yeah.
So, wait. One person would say, like, don't spam. Like, okay, they're like fighting over the chat. Okay, guys, chill. Okay, guys, please put your comments now. And let's start with, well, Ahmed, this is interesting. I have a business in Kuwait. I am a partner with 40%. I think he's a good candidate, I would say, because we can't like say that like you're good to go, but still you need like a full assessment.
That's one checklist. That's
One,
one
you're,
checklist.
you already met one requirement.
Yes.
So here,
Safest industry.
what would be the fastest industry to put up a business?
Safest industry.
Ah,
I
same.
wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Maple syrup.
That requires market
Alcohol.
research.
Yeah. That's called market research because your market probably will is very different from Canadian market. So, like what I said, I put up an example about McDonald's, which is very much everywhere, and every country they have their own signature menu.
Mm-hmm. But Miss Maricel, is there like a requirement when it comes to business? Like they will prioritize IT companies, something like that.
No.
They don't
In
catch.
owner operator, no.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I want to put up a cleaning business, that's actually easy. You know.
That's very easy. I think Nova Scotia,
Yeah.
there's
I
it's
met one
thriving.
person who
It's
was a
thriving.
service.
It's a thriving business.
Yeah.
I think even everywhere,
Mhm.
especially and when I was in Vancouver, I attended a party, and the party host actually owned the cleaning company, and they are in need of a lot of people, and a lot of people are even buying franchises from him.
Mm-mm.
So because your cleaning company can go on, I'm not talking about household, I'm talking about hotels, establishments, and all, and at the same time offices, especially if you're going to be in downtown or somewhere else. So a lot of business that you think like, oh my god, I'm not going to do this. No, in Canada you can do a lot of things in
Yeah.
those type of services. It's
Yeah.
not just restaurant, it's not just the food sector, uh, anything that will ease actually Canadians, such as cleaning, like
Mhm.
butchery, poultry, and all of those organic farming and all. And how are you going to simplify things? I think that's a safest industry to put up a business.
I think the hardest one would be the restaurant because they have a lot of permits.
Of competitors,
Not competitors, but restriction, permits,
uh,
regulation,
permits.
right? If it's a regulated industry, prepare yourself. You
Yeah.
know, you have to submit some documentation, permit. Yeah. And then let's say you're going to open a nursing home, you
Mhm.
know, you want to, then that will require probably a regulated, registered, registered.
Nurses, yeah.
Yeah.
Home care aide or a home support worker, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I had that business studies in school before. If I want
Mm-hmm.
to put up a nursing, the like nurse next door. It's
Mm-hmm.
like nurses will visit you at home,
Yes,
something like that. So yeah,
I
that would
know.
be interesting.
And it's tax free, I guess.
What?
I
Yes,
think it's tax free.
it's subsidized by the government. That's the thing. You have to know, like, oh, so the
I've
government.
heard about that. I've been because when when you talk to people and then they have this and you also share it to your clients. Um, Sometimes I have this what it calls memory. I said, "Oh, I've heard about that," because
Yeah.
one person is actually renting the entire house, and she's
Mm-mm.
the one
Oh yeah,
looking
yeah.
after two or three client, something like that. So, oh, that's possible.
You
So
need to be creative.
you need to be creative. You need to have an experience because I think she's in a medical field as well.
Yeah.
So right, it's not like as if you have to choose your own battle here. Actually, you
Mhm.
cannot ask me. You can go from a small bubble tea, milk tea stand to a hospital.
Yeah. Like for Miss Maricel, so she's only dealing with papers, immigration papers. But when it comes to business, like planning, market research, there's other person that could actually help you with that.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
Vincent, there's another question from Vincent. I'm thinking of buying and managing a business franchise in Canada in which I do not have a lot of experience with. Will this work? I actually talked to Vincent about this. I think he was referring to like a tax business. Like um,
Tax return, accounting.
HR block, something like that.
Ah, okay.
So I think he was working as a manager in a telecom company. So that's a
Okay.
different field. Is that okay, Miss Marisol?
It's actually okay because see, it's like the same concept. You are a manager and you have business skills, organization skills, operational skills like a manager.
Uh,
So even say, for example, I'm a manager of a restaurant, and right now, but one person is asking me to manage human resource department.
mhm,
Let's say, for example, it's the same concept. You just have to apply whatever you have. Like for us in school,
mhm,
you just apply it different how do I say it, different theme or different market or
mhm,
different industry, but the concept is the same as long as you're able to handle it and you'll be able to learn. Actually, you'll be learning a lot on this.
mhm,
uh, so good luck.
mhm. You just have to have that
Just have to have that. Yeah.
unique and great idea so that you get the positive LMIA. And you
Yeah.
need to make sure that it's in demand in Canada. You're not just like, oh, I want to have a milk tea business.
Yeah, no.
So
It's
yeah.
not, yes, it's not supposed, it's not actually mandatory that it has to be related of what you're doing. Because, in our jobs, sometimes we didn't ask for the job. The job came to us by
Mhm,
fluke or by experience or, some, something swayed us into our uh,
mhm.
recent job. So for us to go into that, it's really up to us. Do not limit your potential.
Yes. Another question from Andrew Val. What if owner are all partnership? Something like two owners. Is it possible? Yeah. Is it possible, Mrs.
For
Maricel?
owner,
Yeah.
for the owner operator, as long as you own 51%.
Ah, okay. Got it.
Yeah, but I think it will be less complicated if you just own the entire business. Usually,
Actually, yes.
yeah,
You're right, Miss Maricel.
yeah, of course. If you're a businessman selling your own business, you're not gonna sell it to two people. You sell it only to one person, right?
Actually, I have a good example of that when it comes to partnership. When you're looking for like in a partnership, it's like marriage. If that person get into something like trouble, you're also liable. That's the
That's
thing with
true.
partnership.
That's
So
true. That's true.
like I would go with sole proprietor or incorporation.
Corporation.
Incorporation is good when it comes to taxes, saving
Yeah,
taxes.
you will only pay when you reach half million.
True. So does this only apply to managers, senior managers?
Yes, I think yeah, we already answered that, Arlene, today. So yes, it's applied to managers, senior managers, business owners, so
Mm-hmm.
business entrepreneur, business aspirant. So yeah,
Okay. So there's another question here. I think we already answered this. Do you need business experience or other experience based on the NOC to apply for PR? Oh, I think this is like under express entry now. Once you have the once you have the work permit and they arrived here.
hmm,
So they can get extra points, right? For
yes,
Work.
That's the express entry points that they will be adding to their express entry.
Yeah, yeah. I hope we answered your question, Paddy.
JPAT-D.
Oh yeah. What are here? What are the requirements to open a business here in Canada? Oh, this a lot
No,
comes to uh
rain.
requirements. It depends on the industry. So if again, as explained, if it's regulated, you will apply for more permits. Like let's say if you're going to open a restaurant, then you need like certification for let's say handling food, and then you have certification for ventilation, you have certification, like depends on the restaurant too. So yeah, it depends on the business. So if
Yes.
you will have a business like not regulated, service based, I think that's like the easiest way to look at too. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's also asking
Yeah.
if there's need to apply as a partner with a partner,
I think
local partner.
this is like in Dubai, right? In Dubai.
Right.
You need to
You
look
can go on
at
your
it.
own, Rain. You can go on your own
Mm-mm.
by yourself and you alone as a
Yeah,
business owner.
yeah. But I think you mentioned, Miss Marcel, but that you need to hire a Canadian or a permanent resident
Yeah.
to work for your company.
Yes. Let's say if you own a restaurant business, you're gonna hire a Canadian cook or a Canadian chef,
Mm-hmm.
Canadian hostess or bar hostess. So yeah,
Yeah. As
it's
part
not
of
that
the
hard to
requirement,
hire a
right?
Canadian. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Can you work at another job part time while doing business you apply work permit for? Is that a closed work permit, Miss Marcel?
the work permit itself is in line with that job offer. So if you're going to do a business and at the same time you're going to do another job itself, it's not an open work permit. It's actually for
Oh,
your particular job
close.
because it's LMIA, right?
Oh,
It's
so you cannot work then part time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so that you'll be able to work part-time, JPAT, once you own a business. Owning a business for all business owners out there, it's
True.
24/7, right? It's 24/7. So, wishful thinking, JPAT. But kudos to you if you'll be able to do that as well.
Yeah, like me, I work full time. I'm dying. So, but yeah, I don't recommend that. If you want to run a business and make revenue, you have to work there full time.
Yes,
Mhm.
you have to understand the business, grow the business,
Mhm.
and all of those stuff.
So Arlene asks, how much is the minimum money needed to put up a business? Is there a minimum, Miss Marcel? Like,
No minimum as if you put up a business. First of all, you come to Canada as a visitor or in a business,
mhm,
and you have to, before coming to Canada, you should have talked to either myself, so, and
mhm,
at the same time, to a business planner, or if you can actually write your own business, come to Canada, look around, you do an ocular visit, how much money I need to put up this, how much amount will I be shedding out from my account, and another thing is how much amount I will be able to bring in Canada as an investment. So
mhm,
you will do your own due diligence. This
mhm.
is what I call it. How
I
much money?
Yeah. I think you're gonna work with different people here if you wanted to have like let's say for work permit you need to hire a consultant. For like business plan, you need to work with someone like
Real estate, because you need to know the lease agreement. Is it going to be a 5-year lease? Is it going to be, and then you also have to have an accountant to make sure that everything's in place, your financial planning and all.
Mhm.
So, for the business owners, you know what I'm talking about, definitely. But if you are into like very just curious about it, you are
Yeah.
going to be starting at the very scratch.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
That's
it,
true.
it could be a long way, yeah. But nothing is impossible.
But again, like investing to these people, it's it's worth the penny because
Yes, definitely.
Especially for consultant, accountant will save you a lot of money, right? And like
That's true.
the real estate too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. they're like they're
What's that? I didn't even know.
okay. How about putting up a daycare center or play school? This is
Yeah.
regulated, but this is regulated, Miss Marcel.
I wouldn't know actually. If it's a daycare, you have to hire ECE teachers,
Yes,
right? So
that's the
you
key
just hire, but
matter.
you can still own it. Yeah, you can hire as a manager. You're not the one doing it at all, but you have to hire certified ECE or
Yes,
early childhood educators in order
yeah.
to run your business. So
I did the business studies for this one too. I did a lot of independent studies with different business models in Canada. Nursing home, that one to daycare, the cleaning services. Because I'm into entrepreneurship. So I understand. Like you will like look into different option, right? What's
yeah.
the market here? But yeah, you need a certified EC. But you can find any like you can find it here anyways, right?
Yeah, because people start in Canada, people start Canadians, not owner operators. People start small. They do it in their own basement. They
Mm,
have two, three children. But for owner operator, you have to come in big in Canada. You have to own proper daycare or a play school itself. You really want to be qualified and be approved with the LMIA. So it's very
mm-hmm. Yeah. Lovely. I agree with Miss Marcel. I'm choosing your own field and putting up a business in Canada because there are some businesses like service-based businesses that requires the owner Canadian license. Yes, that's true. Uh-huh. I think we answered this already, Ahmed. If there's a minimum fund to start own, yeah, we you don't need fund, minimum fund, right? No
yes.
net worth or something. As long as you have that business idea within you.
Yeah, within you. You
Yeah.
know, sometimes they ask me, because really depends on first of all the person. How will I quantify? How will I assess how many points the person needs? So
Mm-hmm.
if the person needs a lot of points, then I would tell them you need around 150 or 250K because that would be a bigger business and a bigger role in the company.
Mm-hmm.
But if you need only lesser points, then it would be lesser amount. I think that's how I see it in a way because when I'm looking at the papers, there's a bit of similarity at some point where you can mix and match. And for some small owners, they only need small amount of
Mm-hmm.
investment as well
Yeah.
because they only need 50 points. They
Mm-hmm.
only need 200 points. So especially if they're very good in their English, because um, just remember, guys, this is express entry. You still have to have education and you still have
Yes.
to have good English. It's not like as if, oh, I have a business. I dream about it last night. I'm going to Canada tomorrow. No.
Yeah.
Some
Maybe
people,
this, yeah, it's a good pathway to add more points because people would go to study pathway because they need to add points. So this one is a good alternative solution or alternative pathway too. So Sarah's actually asking, what are the requirements? How much capital do I need to invest? So this one, Sarah, this requires like research. You need to know like the business plan. You need to know how to start the business. When you're starting a business, first thing that you do is you have the idea now, and then next is it regulated? What are the things that you have to prepare when it comes to permit? And also
mhm,
like the capital, it really depends. You know where you put up your business in Canada too, right, Miss Marcel?
that's true.
Yeah. Okay, Andrew Val, how long is work permit is based on the life of the company? Oh yeah, that's a good question.
So work permit usually starts 2 years, but you can reapply and Service Canada. Sorry, not Service Canada. government will give you another 2 years or 4 years. So always renew your passport longer if it's
Mhm.
about to expire and you're applying for a work permit, so that at least you will not miss. Some of my clients are missing just a few days
Mhm.
to get that
Mhm.
2 years. So it's quite a hassle. But
That's
that's actually on the decision of the visa officer how
yeah,
much work permit are they going to give you.
that's true. So Ahmed, for the phone number, I would probably flash it in a bit. I have But I have the email address here. If you can copy it now and send an email to Miss Maricel, that will be like better than calling Miss Maricel.
As Canadians, you know this MC, right? As per
Yeah.
Canadians, um, proper, like for example, more proper is for us to receive email instead of calls. We like
Yes.
emails. We
Yeah.
respond aggressively or on timely manner on emails instead of calling us, because you never know what we're doing. We'll
Yeah.
probably talking with another person.
Yeah.
We're cleaning the house. We're in the grocery, because we do multitasking all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah? So email is the best, guys.
Yeah. And also you have that black and white record, right?
That's that's right.
Mm. Next question. For a question regarding applying PR, would you need to prove past year experience based on an NOC? Because what if I'm aspiring entrepreneur who cannot prove past experience from an employer? Ah, no record. That
For a work experience, then if you have no work experience and you're not able to attain experience letters, again, we're going back. It's an express entry. You need to have that, because
mhm,
once you receive an invitation to apply, you still need to prove that you were employed, and
mm,
in order for you to earn
mhm.
that particular points for the work experience.
Yep. Okay, Arlene, is there a minimum staff needed or it can be two or just three-person? So
The,
at first,
the
do you need to hire like just one person? Like Canadian
Canadian, yeah, depends on
company?
the company itself. Can the company run with two, three people staff, or can the
Mhm.
company run with 20? Maybe you have a factory, chocolate factory, or a maple syrup factory.
Mhm.
Coming back to maple syrup. So it really depends. Or probably you have people who work on service, like say, for example, in Nova Scotia, people who shovel snow. It's seasonal.
That's a good one too. And
Lawn
landscaping.
make lawn
Oh my god, that
lawn
like
mower,
a good
lawn
business.
mower. So you're getting excited,
Right?
MC.
There's so much business here. You can
Yeah.
explore.
Yes, or a plumber. Some
Yes.
people, those things. So it really depends, Arlene. Like what I said, we're here to talk about the eligibility. How are you going to be eligible on this particular program? I may not be able to answer how much amount, because I don't know what's your business idea.
Yeah.
So it's better. Some
We have
people
to
are
talk
looking
about
into,
the business idea first, and then
yeah,
once you have it, you need. I think the first step that you need to do is you need to have the business plan line up, and then you
exactly.
talk to these people, right?
Yes, yes.
So that they know what's your plan. You cannot just
Yeah,
have the idea and then you talk to Miss Maricel and then Miss Maricel would ask you and then you don't have the answer. There will be a long conversation to make sure that you're ready. Yeah.
yes. And for you guys, for me, my job is the end, immigration to Canada. So I can probably give my 2 cents on your business, but I cannot take over that particular part. I cannot be a real estate agent or commercial real estate agent. I cannot be also your accountant. So um,
Yeah, that's why I actually always explain that when you planning to let's say put up a business in Canada and you're going through this pathway, you cannot ask the consultant about what's the cash flow or projection of this. Right?
don't ask me about that. Something, some of my clients, if I ask them, can you do CLB 8, something like that, or CLB 9? They're telling me, just kill me, Maricel, just kill me. Same thing with me. My reaction will be, if you're gonna ask me about math, I said, just kill me.
That's
Just kill
true.
me. So yeah, different
Yeah,
competitive uh you know
yeah,
for each and every one of us,
yeah. It's
competitive
a collaborative
instinct.
approach. You
Yes,
have to work together so that you come here to Canada,
that's true.
especially if that's your it's the money is invested,
Yes.
your future and your family's future are invested
In the
here
line, yeah.
in time. So another question: is there any investment plan for PR pathway? What do you mean by investment plan?
What is that? It sounds like insurance, Rain.
Yeah. Ah, okay. Depends on the business again, guys. Depends on the business.
Is there
If
any
it's
investment plan?
yeah.
Yeah, investment plan. How I think the question is how much investment money I need. That's
Mm-hmm.
how I understood the question of Rain.
Actually, I don't understand, but can you elaborate, Rain, if you can type it again? But Val, I understand that you will not have your income as you own the company. Can my spouse in other company to gain income? Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, like with business, there's some times that probably you're not gonna make so much money because you're starting, right? You cannot expect
Mhm.
you're making a million in
Mm,
in a year. So you need that buffer fund, emergency fund when you have a business
yeah.
during rainy season. Yep. Okay. And okay, I'm choosing because there's some like redundant. So okay, here. Is there any instance where the company would be audited if it's still operating, if it didn't pass? Will our status? Ah, accounting, yes. If you're doing
Status will be taken away. Status, you are on a work permit, lovely, or in a PR. So if you're asking, like, say, for example, you buy a business, you own a business, and you have used that points for your express entry in order for you to qualify for permanent residence. For owner operator, they don't have because it's not provincial.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
have I didn't come across that they're checking if it's
Mhm.
working or not working. But you come into Canada to do business, so you probably, and you already bought the business. So first
Yeah.
of all, you cannot apply for LMIA if you have not bought the business because the one thing that you're looking at is the financial commitment.
Yeah.
So you cannot go away. I know people are like thinking of ways to go around, but no. Canada is like
Yeah. Comes to
black and white. They
yeah.
know how they have already thought about it, circumventing in the law. So don't even think about it.
They're like 10 meters out
Yeah,
ahead.
that's true. That's true. That's true.
That's true. And also, like, just to add in accounting, that's why it's if you're going to put up a business, hire
Hmm.
an accountant because
Yes,
you will save money and you will save yourself in like a huge headache in the long
yeah.
run. Because when you're setting up your business, you want to set it up like
Corporate.
correctly the first time because you don't want to be audited after 5 years. Otherwise, you're going to backtrack all the accounting and you will pay the government for
That's
the
true.
taxes that you owe them. So something like that. You have to be really careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Miss Maricel, I have a friend here who texted me asking me to ask you
I think
something. What?
Also, I think he's also trying to call you on Facebook Messenger.
Yes, God. So okay, so he said, what if the spouse of the SP holder took this pathway while while the okay while the student's still studying?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
do they need? Okay, I'm translating it, Miss Maricel. Oh, do they need to apply for LMIA for the?
Yes.
Ah. Also, it's possible. Once you're here in Canada and you're in a temporary work permit, you can apply for this.
Yes.
Wow! This is a good one.
Yes.
If you had like
So
if you're running out of time and you want to put out the business, then just do that.
let's do it.
Ah, thank you, Miss Maricel, for answering the question. I think we're trumped up.
I
But
hope I
I
have solved
appreciate it.
other people's problem too.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I learned a lot tonight. How about you guys? Thumbs up, please. And don't forget to subscribe. But thank you, Miss Maricel. But okay, I'm gonna flash your contact details in here. Again, for this kind of matter, like it's so important. You're investing your time, your money, so you have to work with consultant or with the real estate or with accountant before you again make your business plan before you go ahead. That yes, I'm gonna do this. You have to do that
Mhm.
market research. That you have that feasibility study, something like that. You really need to do that because you're investing so much money here and time. Yeah.
Yes.
How about
And
you,
like
Marcel? What's your final word?
final word, like for I mean, just a takeaway for today. I mean, for a lot of people who are looking into putting up business, make sure that there's still a peer pathway, like what I said in the very beginning. For people who are wishing to have a business in Canada,
Mhm.
you have to do your own diligence because first of all, it's your money and you're not gonna give it to the whoever is selling it right there and then without having any return of investment. You are a businessman, so you have to know what will be the ROI or the return of investment of your money. You cannot go or proceed to your LMI application without buying the business.
That's true.
Um, there's always a way to become PR, definitely. If not you, it could be your family members.
House, yeah.
Yes, businessmen will always grow. A lot of people, I come from the Philippines. People from other parts of the world are going to the Philippines to
Mm-hmm.
have money. I mean, to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Chinese, Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
uh, whoever, but they invest in the Philippines because they know that it will grow. Whereas for Filipinos, we go out of the country. So it takes like an eye, like I call it an eye of a tiger. If you have an eye, like you see yourself that this will prosper in Canada, go
Mm-hmm.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
People will guide you. Proper people will guide you. So make sure that you do your own diligence.
Mm-hmm.
Do not be so frugal about consulting experts, because first of all, you don't want to lose or you don't want to waste your time. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want to waste your money as well. You don't want any ill advices. If you're
Mm-hmm.
not happy with the advice, you go for a second opinion, just like going for a doctor. You have to go for a second opinion. If it's the same, then go for which one you trust more.
Yes.
So that's how you do business in Canada or wherever you are. So find it in your heart
That's
to
true.
just check whether you can do the business or not. And
Mm-hmm.
this could be the better pathway for you instead of other pathways that Canada is offering. Because, like what I said, it's a federal program, meaning that you can settle and operate your business anywhere in Canada.
Yep.
It's not provincial, so you're not trapped in cold, wet place.
Mm-hmm.
You can expand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Miss Maricel. Oh my God, I don't know how to thank you. Like,
You're
yeah,
very welcome. I hope I was able to answer a lot of
yeah.
questions.
But probably next what do you call this webinar, we can talk about self-employment naman. Oh, no,
Oh,
I'm
yes.
talking about self-employment. So
Yes.
yeah, but if you have other questions, further question, I have the contact details of Miss Maricel, and you can have a private conversation with her. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching the webinar, and I'll see you in the next webinar. I'll post the date soon. So thank
Okay.
you. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Have a good night.